Hello, welcome you once again in this new session. And today we will start a topic of civics. And first topic of civics is the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India, a particular set of rules and regulations, and it has then guidelines for the proper functioning of any institution. And Constitution is a similar set of rules and regulations led by the founding member of our country. Now, what is the meaning of constitution? Now, let's read about this. Constitution is a set of rules and regulations according to which the country is governed. It defines the determination and organization of the government and powers exercised by the various organs of the government, like legislature, executive, and judiciary. It also indicates the limitation of the power of the different organs of our government body. It is the world lengthiest. Our constitution is the world lengthiest constitution which have 395 articles and 12 schedules. The Constituent Assembly was the body of which was framed our constitution. See, this is the original hand printed of constitution, where it was formed in 1946 by the proposal of the cabinet mission. The assembly of this cabinet missions, the members were Abul Kalam Azad, Sarojini Naidu, G. Durgabai, Rajakumari, Amrit Kaur, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, Hukum Singh, Ujjwal Singh, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Frank Anthony. Then there was one drafting committee, and drafting committee was a constituent assembly, and on 29th of August 1947, drafting committee was appointed where Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of drafting committee, and other members were of this committee, drafting committee, were Shri K. M. Munshi, Sayyid Muhammad Sadullah, Shri N. Gopala Swami Iyengar, and some other members. Our constitution, his date of enactment, adoption of the constitution on 26th of November 1949. It took 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days to adopt our constitution. And on 26th of January 1950, the constitution came into the force. So on that day, we used to celebrate as a Republic Day of India. Now, what is preamble? The Constitution of India has a preamble before it. The term preamble means an introduction to a legal document. It means the introduction of a legal document. The preamble of the Constitution acts as a preface and lays down the fundamental value. The preamble is considered as the soul of our constitution. This is known as a soul of our constitution. It begins with this: we the people of India. It said that we the people of India solemnly resolve to constitution India into a, that means it indicates that people of India are the real source of our constitution. The preamble indicates India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and its ideals of objectives are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. So, preamble shows that clearly indicates that we, the people of India, we are the real source of our constitution, and it indicates that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Now, what is sovereign? Sovereign means sovereign is a state in one which is both internally and externally free for external interference. The expression of internally free means that country is free to formulate its own internal policies and laws. That means we have a right to form our laws independently. We no needs to interfere anyone from outside the world to outside this country to interfere in our law policies. And India is also a socialist. Socialist means economically we are socially and economically all people are equal. On the 42nd Amendment will on the 42nd Amendment will Act of 1976, the government aims at the beginning about a fair distribution of wealth to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. That means in a socialist, there should not be any gap between the rich and the poor, and the government works for the welfare of the people. India is also a secular country. The term was added at a preamble by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. The main features are India does not have any official religions. We can adopt any religions here. The citizens are free to follow any religions according to their choice. The government will not provide any fund for the construction of any religious structure. The government will not participate in any religious festival of any religious community of the country. India is a secular state, so there is no state religions. All religions are free to coexist in a peaceful manner. Now, democratic. What is democratic? The democratic government is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It's a very important thing. Democratic government means a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Because we the people, the citizen of India, they made the policies, they made the preamble. We are the real source of our constitution. So, democratic means for the people, by the people, and of the people. In India, the people participate in the government formation at all the levels. Either it's a union and a central government, state government, or any local level government. We have a right to vote, and that is through the system of universal adult franchising. Universal adult franchising means when you will complete your 18 years of age, when you will complete your 18 years of age, you have and you should be in a sound minded, you can now be eligible to cast your vote, and that is with the help of the election. India is also a republic, and the republic means it is a state with an elected head. India is the republic because the president, who is the head of the state, is elected for the period of 5 years. It is not a hereditary post. After the completion of the 5-year election will be held. We have some objectives, and the 4 main objectives are: first one is the justice, second is liberty. Justice, all Indians are equal in the eyes of law, whether of any background, that in caste, creed, religion, sex, etc. All the person are equal in the eyes of law. If two persons commit the same offense, they will be treated as the same law. Either he is a very rich person or not. Whatever, the same offense will be held by both of them. Liberty also there. We have a liberty, and liberty means personal freedom. Every Indian is given the freedom of the movement, thought, speech, expression, beliefs. Every Indian has a liberty to, or they have a freedom to give the speech in any place. They can express their view, they have their belief. Indians are given a freedom to the faith of worship. Then we have equality. And what is equality? All should be treated equal in the eyes of the society. Every Indian citizen is entitled to enjoy their equal opportunity. Untouchability has been abolished and everybody is equal in the eyes of the law. And fraternity, the term fraternity means universal brotherhood. India is very large country and India is a land of various people, various caste, language, religions and communities. All we live together. We celebrate all the functions together. So we have a fraternity. Hence, to ensure the unity and the integrity of our country, all Indians should have a feeling of the brotherhood towards each other and they should be tolerant towards each other. The Constitution of India defines the guidelines within the different organs of the government should functions. In all democratic countries, constitution is the vital document accordance to which a government functions. So, in this chapter, we have read about our constitution. Preamble, it is an introduction of the constitution. Preamble declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic Republic of India, and its four objects are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The Constitution defines the guidelines within which the government functions. So that's all for today's session. Once again, we will meet in our next session. Till then, have a nice day and take care of your health.